try to do a little quick video while I got a minute. Tried to do one the other day and it did not work out at all. So I might go in that direction of that video, or I might do a different one. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Never know what kind of idea I'm gonna have or what kind of video I'm gonna do. I never know, because I have all these ideas just constantly, like every day. I have these little sticky notes everywhere for book ideas and stuff. So I never know. Me planning anything doesn't really make a lot of sense. So let's not do that. My video I tried to do the other day, what sparked it is I was at the bank and the lady, my teller, she asked me about my car, because I had mentioned how, you know, my car needed a transmission or whatever, and she was asking about it, and I was like, no, it's not, you know, fixed yet or whatever. I said, and did I tell you about my truck? And she said no, and I said, well, now my truck's tore up too. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's okay, you know, God's provided. I'm not, you know, stranded or nothing. And she was like, you're like the happiest person I think that I know, or something like that. It was something about being happy. And I was like, it ain't me, it's Jesus. Because most people, I think their normal thing is to be, they're stressed out, they're worried, you know, they're scared to death and all this stuff. And we all could sit down and be worried and scared and stressed and in a panic and all this stuff. We could all do that and have, you know, legitimate reasons to feel that way. But when you know Christ and you get to that point of, God, I know you love me, I know you know what's best for me and you're going to do what's best for me, I know I don't have to worry, I know I don't have to fear. And when you let that go and you accept the peace that He gives, you don't have to be that way. And I find myself a lot of times just not understanding, you know, like there'll be people that cross my path and they'll be just so upset and they'll have just such a negative outlook on life and a negative outlook on people. And I've been like, there's been things said to me about me and the way that I am and the way that I feel, you know, and how I am and how I look at people. And I've been called like all kinds of things. I've been called naive and everything else. And I'm like, God, how do I help them? And I can't. Only He can. I can pray for them. And what it comes down to is most people have been and are being conditioned into a negative mindset, the negative switch in people's brains has been flipped on, and that's where they stay. And it's doom and gloom just all the time, you know, and it's miserable. And I've been there. I grew up in a dysfunctional home, in a negative home, where I had a parent that was just mean and hateful and full of hatred and anger, and they hated everybody else. They had something bad to say about everybody else, and I was in that mentality for a long time growing up. And when God came through and brought got me out of that bad situation, he taught me, hey, this is not how people live. This is not what you have to live in. This is not who you have to be. You have a choice here. And I thank God that he helped me, and I made the choice that I want to be like how Jesus has taught us to be. I want to be at peace. You know, I don't want anger and hatred and all that stuff to drive me. You know, I want to love people. I want to be good to people. I want to share kindness. I want people to really see and understand that God has just an unlimited supply of peace and happiness that he wants to give you. Read the scripture. He wants you to prosper and to live abundantly, to be happy, to be at peace, to be fulfilled, and he's the only way to that fulfillment. You know, as long as we're here and we're in the flesh and we're worrying about this, that, and the other stuff that doesn't even matter, and we're living in a place of fear and doubt and anger and all this stuff, that's what it's going to be. You're going to be in that negative place. And my thinking, and I guess where this is went, which is not where it went the other day, is that you have a choice. You don't have to live that way. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to be stressed out all the time. You don't have to hate everybody and just live in misery. You don't have to do that. So why would you? And my thinking is, and maybe I'm weird, and I'm not perfect by no means. Like, I fail and sin every single day, and, you know, I know I've said it a million times, like, I've given God every reason to turn his back on me. I'm not perfect by no means. But one thing that God has given me is love and wanting to be good to people. I don't hate nobody. Even the people that have been awful to me, just awful, you know, that have hurt me or said horrible things about me, that's tried their best to ruin my life or whatever, I don't hate them. I love them and I pray for them. Because I know that they're miserable. And I don't want anybody to be miserable. I want everybody to be happy and experience the peace and the happiness that I have, because I know, as little and imperfect that I am, and God done it for me, he would do it for anybody. We don't have to live in misery. We don't have to be upset and stressed and just hateful. This world could be so much better. And why would you want to teach your children or anybody around you that's looking up to you, because somebody is, why would you want to teach them to be miserable? Why would you want to teach them to hate and to be mean? And this world to just get more horrible and horrible by people getting colder. Why teach that? That's my thinking today. I hope that's a help to you. I hope that it gets you to thinking, and just be kind, be happy, be at peace. Don't worry about all this stuff that doesn't matter. You have a choice. You have a choice. But I love you guys, and I'll be praying for you. Please be praying for me, and I will hopefully see you soon. And like I said, I hope that that's a help to you or get you thinking or something. I mean, if I can help just one person in one little tiny way, if I can maybe encourage somebody you know, that's having a really hard time, or maybe you're overcome with doubt and fear, if I could just encourage you to just wake up and realize I don't have to live this way, it's worth it. You know, even if there's a million other people that's like, you know, saying horrible and bad things, you know, I just hope that I can help somebody. I love you guys. I'll see you later.